Someone is in big trouble for playing you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family. Someone is in big trouble for playing you. Somebody drop in the comments and say, you in trouble now? Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, you in trouble now? Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut straight to the chase on this one, y'all. I was watching the podcast, and it was this guy who happens to be an entrepreneur now, but in the past, he was like a criminal, right? He would rob, he would steal, he would do anything pretty much that he could do to make some money. And he said one thing he realized was when he went to prison is that he was playing the wrong game, right? He was playing the wrong game. Somebody drop in the comments and say, you're playing the wrong game. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you playing the wrong game. Now, y'all follow me. Now, you say when he realized this is when he met this guy, right, who happens to be Caucasian, and he said that his crime was different from the other guy's crime, right? The other guy's crime was embezzlement. Embezzlement is fraudulent appropriation of property. It's usually money, though, right? So, for an example, it'll be a person who is entrusted with money or funds. So an accountant, they wouldn't get a regular charge. They would get an embezzlement charge because they were placed in position to look after the funds, right? Appropriate the funds in the appropriate positions or places. Who else? Who would get an embezzlement charge, y'all? Like a bank teller, some things like that, right? Long story short, y'all, the guy who was telling his story was like, hey, I was over this company and I pretty much embezzled over $2.5 million. I paid, I think it's called like a restitution fee or some type of fee, but he still get to come home to like $1,005,000, something like that. Now, the thing is, y'all, I would rather come home to that versus coming home to, you know, nothing, a t-shirt from TJ and 10 years to show for it, right? However, y'all, although that is, I would say, a good thing, the point is he got in big trouble for playing that game, right? He got in big trouble for playing that game. And see, what I'm trying to get y'all to realize is that someone has been playing you and they have been winning momentarily. They have been winning, you know, just because they have put themselves in a position, right? Just for that meantime, they have been winning because now they have had some type of personal gain, financial gain, right? Even a relational gain where they have benefited from you because of your networks and the people that you know, right? The things that you have taught them. They've had some type of personal gain, but they have been playing you the entire time, right? See, what they don't realize is with a good person, you don't have to play them to get what you want. They'll give it to you anyway. Just be genuine. Just be a good Samaritan. Just be a person who has good intentions, right? And that's what they failed to do. So now you may see them, you know, like my man, come home to $1.5 million. And again, great. But how long will that $1.5 million last, right? How long will they be able to sustain it? Because easy come, easy go. So they played you to get that personal gain. They played you to get that connection. They played you to get a place to stay. They played you. But how long will it last? Right? Somebody drop that down below in the comments. How long will it last? Yes, sir. Ask the question, y'all. How long will it last? Right? And that's why I laugh at people who try to get over on people who help them. Somebody plays you, y'all, but they are now in big trouble. Make sense of what I'm saying, family? Drop in the comments and let me know. Now, as y'all can see, y'all, we are outside in nature, okay, connected with nature, with the family. There's a lot of people out here. There's so many different events going on. I don't know what to say about it. Look like prom, homecoming, I don't know, y'all. There's so many things that be happening in Atlanta, right? Waterfalls going, ducks, geese out, people taking pictures, and I'm out here doing another legendary video. But I say all that, y'all, to say embrace wherever you are right now in life. If you are in a bad position, you don't have to be there, but embrace it, right? If you are in a good position, embrace it, right? Guess what? You may not be there for long, but still embrace it. And the reason why the word of today is embrace it is because, family, sometimes you have to embrace situations in order to grow, right? In order to learn the lesson, in order to receive the blessing, which means I'm sending nothing but love, blessings, prosperity, happiness, kindness, all the above to the family, right? But let's go ahead and get directly into this video, y'all. Before we do so, y'all be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. First thing is first, y'all, number one, the reason why they are in big trouble is because, y'all, your purity, okay? When a person is pure, that means they know no wrong, they do no wrong, and guess what, y'all? If they doing wrong, they don't have intentions to do it, right? When you are a pure person, you are the type of individual who don't participate in worldly activities. You are the type of individual who are not trying to have bad intentions to people. You are the type of individual who come into every situation with good mannerism, a good mindset, a good plan, right? Like you're coming into it not with a sour or bitter agenda, right? So for example, y'all, the dating scene is notorious here in Atlanta. Whether you are on the online dating sites or if you're going to a bar and just talking to people there, either way it go, it is very notorious here, right? The point of what I'm saying is, y'all, a lot of people ain't pure. You got a lot of people out here in Atlanta, and I don't know where y'all coming in from. Maybe y'all got the same problems in Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, out the country, right? Because we all have similar truths, general truths, right? Just a little tweaks. But the point of what I'm saying is, y'all, coming into this dating scene, a lot of people are jaded. A lot of people have their own perspectives, doctrines, beliefs. A lot of people, you know, don't accept a good man or a good woman. We have a lot of misandrists, right? Groups of people who hate men. A lot of misogynists, yeah. Groups of people who hate women. And all of these are signs of no purity. But see, when you are a pure individual, God sits high and look low on that and realizes that. He says that, look, man, my chosen one right here was pure. Why did you have to hurt them? Why did you have to take advantage? Why did you have to betray? You was pure. Y'all know why God sent his angel, Gabriel, to the Virgin Mary to put his only begotten son in her? It was because she was pure. Now, here's how human beings work, right? She never had sex a day in her life. However, when she appeared to be pregnant, human beings condemned her in the beginning. Even her own husband, Joseph. Joseph said, what have you went and done? He didn't even realize that it was because of her purity. And rightfully so, he was a human. He can't read her mind until the Holy Spirit comes to him and let him know that, hey, Joseph, she good, dog. Hey, Joseph, she's okay. I guarantee you, she's still pure. She's just being used right now. If you are a pure person, somebody will drop in the comments and say I'm pure, right? See, this is not about you having to be perfect. But when you're pure, you strive daily to be a good person. You strive daily to come into any situation and bring light to it, right? That is a pure person. Someone who don't have a negative and evil agenda. Remain pure, right? Just like the Virgin Mary. She was pure. And that's why she was gifted, right? Because that was a gift. She was gifted Jesus Christ in her belly. Simply because he had to find a woman who was pure. Make sense what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. However, this is why they are in big trouble. okay? Because of your purity. Number two, it's gonna be this right here, family. They knew better. Yeah, y'all, they knew better. Right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, you know better. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you know better. Now, that is a huge phrase in our community. When I say our, y'all, I'm talking about the black community, right? Not trying to exclude anybody because white, black, purple, orange, y'all know I love them all, okay? But I'm not gonna lie, y'all. In our community, y'all know our mamas and grandmamas and aunties and uncles will say, and you know better. You know they say it there, y'all. But what I'm saying is, family, is that there's some people who know better, right? They were in more powerful positions than you. They had more resources than you, more money than you. They had more power than you. They had more than you at the time. So with that being said, they knew better than to put you up to it. They knew better than to place you in that position. They knew better. But the problem is, y'all, some people abuse their power. The problem is, y'all, some people abuse their influence. They knew better, right? So a long time ago, y'all, long time ago, right? Shout out to Bernie Mac on that. Long time ago, family, when I was a kid, I used to be very childish, right? I was that big brother to my siblings who like to put you in wrestling moves. You know, I used to try to practice my karate on them. I probably seen a move that Bruce Lee did. And, you know, that would be my first victims. And when I was a kid, y'all, I would see these wrestling moves and I would put my sisters in there, right? I know, terrible, right? But this particular day, I had put my sister in one of these wrestling moves and I actually hurt her. I ain't break her neck or nothing like that or break her arm or anything like that. But it kind of put in some pain to where it hurt her enough to where she told mom on us. And what my mom told me was, you know better. And I got in trouble. But not only did I know better, but you're stronger than her, you're bigger than her, right? You're supposed to be smarter, wiser because you are older than her. So I got in trouble behind that. But the point of what I'm saying is, some people do things and they know better. They didn't even have to do it. They could have chose anything else that was wicked. They could have chose anything else that wasn't pure. They knew better. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? So when people know better, God expects better. This is why there's going to be a choice within the resurrection, y'all, between the righteous and the unrighteous, right? But see, only those of the unrighteous are going to be the people who didn't really know better. Some people literally, y'all, grow up not knowing the difference between good and bad, you know, evil and righteous, unrighteous or righteous. Some people are not exposed to the truth. Some people never really had the opportunity to become a better person. Some people didn't have the opportunity to change their life. So God says, you know what? For those who are unrighteous, as long as you have a good heart, as long as you try to be, you know, the best person that you can be, as long as you try to stay away from wickedness, I'm going to give you another opportunity. But to those jokers who knew better, it's going to be hard for y'all. Yeah, it's going to be almost like the eye of a needle and that camel trying to get into it, right? Whether it's heaven, paradise, okay, afterlife, whatever he has set for us, okay? Nobody truly knows. All we have is belief. But we do know that there's something, okay? But sticking to my point, y'all, the point is they knew better. So if you've been introduced to God and introduced to the truth, and if you still choose to do wrong, you know better, okay? Big trouble. Somebody drop in the comments, family, and say, you in trouble now. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, you in trouble now. Number 3, y'all, it's going to be this right here, family. You have a heart of gold, okay? You have a heart of gold. Now, let me say this right here, y'all. I know somebody going to say, well, Reno, you said pure. How does that mean the same thing? No. See, when you have purity, that means that you're clean, right? Pure, clean. When you go to Kroger, Lidl, Aldi, Whole Foods for some of y'all rich people, Publix, whatever the case is, Trader Joe's, Costco's, the list goes on. Sam Club, y'all get the point. Whenever you go grocery shopping, you're going to see on a water pack that it says purified. That simply means clean water, right? Not heart of gold water, but clean water. That's what purity means. Reno, why do you decipher that? Or why do you differentiate that? It's simply because, y'all, those who have the heart of gold are simply good people. Those who have the heart of gold are simply those who have a good sense of understanding of love. What it means to have love in your heart. What it means to have good mannerisms about yourself. What it means to have good things within you genuinely. That's what it simply means, y'all. When you have the heart of gold, you're willing to give. You're willing to appreciate. You're willing to support. You're willing to help and assist. When you have the heart of gold, you will give the shirt off your back. Are you following what I'm saying, y'all? The heart of gold. If you got that, somebody drop in the comments and say, I have the heart of gold. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I have the heart of gold. Someone is in big trouble right now for playing with your heart of gold. Because their heart didn't just come from out of nowhere. Their heart came from the Most High. Their heart came from God. You had the heart of gold, and they still stumped on it. They still stabbed it. They still took it and deceived you, led you into the deception, gaslighted you when times you knew you was right, but they still made you feel as if you was wrong. They played on your heart. They played on it. And now they are in big trouble. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 4, you seen the best in them. Okay, you seen the best in them. See, family, sometimes we allow ourselves to go through situations, right? Whether that is marrying the wrong person we knew we ain't had no business marrying, whether that is being in a relationship, getting somebody pregnant we knew we ain't had no business getting pregnant, whether that was you allowing that man to impregnate you and you knew you ain't had no business laying down with him, right? But you seen the best in him. You seen all the red flags, the yellow flags. You seen all of the stop signs, but you still said go. What happens is when we don't allow God to do his job, then we start doing his job for him. And that is when we fail tremendously. That is when we fail tremendously. But see, you've seen the best in it. You see, God says, I know your heart. I know your purity. I know your spirit. But you still allowed yourself to put yourself in this position. However, you're my chosen. So I'm going to protect you. I'm going to make sure that you're okay. I'm going to provide. And therefore, your enemies are in big trouble because you took with your holy eyes. You took with your purified eyes and said, I know you fighting some demons. I know you fighting some trauma. I know you fighting some things that you probably can't quite understand, but I still choose you. And I choose to see the best in you. Because it's one thing to choose somebody and still see the worst in them. But it's another thing to choose somebody that you know got a past and you still see the best in them. That's a good person. That's a good-hearted individual. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? You seen the best in them and they still played you, right? Number 5, y'all, the last thing is going to be disobedience. Disobedience is a big word, yet has a very profound meaning, y'all. When you disobey, this means that you are making a subconscious and conscious decision to say, I'm going to do it my way. Somebody drop in the comments and say, be obedient. See, you got to be obedient, y'all. Why? Because obedience is better than sacrifice. And we all know this. We all understand this. We all realize this. But we still make the same choices and decisions, right? I spoke about this, y'all, in one of my other videos where I said that King Saul lost his position as king because he was disobedient, right? He thought that doing it his way was the best way. He thought that sacrificing when he wanted to sacrifice was the best way. And that led him to having his mind cursed the rest of his time of being king, cursed his family, cursed his home, all because of his disobedience. His family suffered from his disobedience. His kids, it was supposed to be Jonathan who was going to be next in line for king. But he messed that up because of his disobedience. You get in big trouble, y'all, for being disobedient. Think about it. If you don't have a seatbelt on, you get in a car crash, you're likely to kill yourself. Disobedient. If you're drinking, driving, and you know you're not supposed to be DUI, you're likely to get a ticket or kill yourself. Disobedient. If you break any of the laws, you are likely, when I say laws, y'all, I'm talking about the laws out here in the world, you're likely to go to jail or prison. Disobedience. If you don't follow the laws of the land, the laws that God has created, guess what, family? You're guaranteed for failure. Disobedience. The point of what I'm saying is, y'all, God created laws to keep us all in line, to assure our success, but also our failure. If you don't obey, then you're guaranteed to fail. All this comes from disobedience. All right? But with that being said, y'all, someone is in big trouble for playing you. Just being honest, y'all. All right? But anyway, y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all get one of those Yes Sir t-shirts, book a one-on-one session with me, enroll into my social influence course, purchase any one of my books. And once again, y'all be sure to book that one-on-one session with me, family. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace.